Hi, this is Donovan at Coherent. As we continue to expand our footprint in the life and annuity industries, we start recognizing a common theme from these carriers. As the business grows, admin operations become more expensive, slower, and harder to control. Is your admin cost rising faster than premium growth? Is the quality of your admin operation outputs too dependent on specific individuals? Are turnaround times holding back the business not meeting customers' expectations? What happens when a key person leaves the company? So if any of these problems sound familiar to you, you are in the right place. At Coherent, with our Agentic AI solutions, we work with life and annuity carriers to make admin operations more resilient, consistent, and scalable without rebuilding what already works. Now, let's take a look at what a day looked like for George, an admin analyst. This is the current reality. George opens up the mailbox and so a policyholder request arrives. It's a request asking for surrender values. So George opens up the folder and starts looking for the right Excel workbooks, and soon he realizes the policyholder only provides a single policy ID. There is more information that he needs to put into the calculation, and those data live in the policy administration system. He starts searching for the right records and data in the system, manually put those into Excel, run the calculations, review the results, and send it through a PDF. On a good day, everything works. But in reality, here's what happened. There's always going to be version control confusion. Why are there 3 different versions of the workbook? Which one is the right one? There is always going to be operational risk. Everything works fine. I just hope I didn't misclick or accidentally put an extra 0 there. There's that key person risk. Oh, it's my first day at the job. How do I even know where and when should I pull in the right data from? And last but not least, audit trails. If auditors comes back and ask about this calculation, how can I prove that I'm using the right inputs and the right calculations? Now, those are the pain points that currently exist in the current admin world as of today. Maybe it's not too crazy to envision what the future will look like. The same request coming in and being handled in seconds. Same admin analyst George opens up the mailbox, saw a request. What he simply did is copy-paste that request into their AI platform. No forms need to be filled, no hunting for workbooks. Now AI recognizes a policy ID and dynamically retrieves the relevant information that's needed from different database or policy admin systems to fill out the inputs that's needed for the calculation. Now AI pulls the right tool so that the government service runs the calculation using the Excel model that your team approved, always the production version, every time. Our results return in a nice PDF with full transparency that allows the admin analyst to look at the process, review the inputs, and it's all sorts of calculations. So ready for audit. At Coherent, our Agentic AI solutions, it does exactly that. How do we make it happen? We govern your existing Excel logics, then connect it to AI. So our state-of-the-art technology Spark turns your Excel models to govern APIs, and these services are maintained on the cloud, callable at any time, 24/7. Our Agentic AI wraps everything together and it connects those to the AI assistant so that they know what tools exist, what inputs they expect, and what outputs they produce. It integrates with all sorts of AI assistant that you're using, no matter if it's Copilot, ChatGPT, Anthropic, you name it. And don't just take my words for it. Let's see a real-world example. So this is Luca, an example of our Agentic AI solutions in action. The instance handles MVA and partial withdrawal calculation backed by a real Excel model governed through Coherent Spark. Now we're interacting with our admin analyst assistant, Luca. Hi, Luca. Luca is going to respond with the tools that he's able of completing or running. Now remember, These are Excel tools that we converted to API and integrated with the AI solutions or AI assistants here. Well, let's go ahead, just assume that we got a request to run this particular MICA policy for MVA calculation. Can you run MVA calculation for MICA 10001? Within seconds. Now Luca is able to retrieve the relevant product information for this particular policy and plug that into the MVA tools that we made available to them. In the tool itself, we set a framework where you can directly get this downloaded report. Once you click on that, you can actually see the reports being produced. What values we put it in there, what is the actual MVA factors. Now let's try something a little different. Hi Luca. Can you run MICA 10002 with $10,000 of withdrawal? Now Luca is going to pick up the second tool that we made them available, which is a partial withdrawal calculations. Similar concepts apply here. It's going to retrieve relevant information, completes the calculation. Same deal here. As we click on that, we're able to see all the details that's being ran here. One thing I want to highlight here is this desired net amount is exactly what we have put it in there. Now, you may start wondering, how can I make sure that the calculation is exactly what I've asked him to do? Here's the good part. If you're able to log into our Spark environment and click on those tools that were made available via API, you can actually see the API call history, which one of which is just the run that has completed. And you can always go ahead and click on download as Excel. So this is going to download the service into the Excel workbook that you have uploaded with the inputs that you put it in. For example, this is MICA 1002 inputs, as well as the generated outputs here. So that's kind of how you can verify the calculation is consistent. With everything being said, that concludes the demo for today. If anything resonates, let's talk. Donovan here at Coherent, at your service.